the most anticipated game of all time. Cyberpunk 2077. Oh, fuck. My bad. The most anticipated game of all time. Cyberpunk 2077. Welcome to Cyberpunk 2077, where you get to play as one of these guys. Or you can play as my guy. I like him. He's the best guy. Cyberpunk 2077. Now I know what you're thinking. Ooh, 4K. Ooh, 60 frames per second. But wait, there's a catch. Unless you have one of these guys, or one of these guys, you're gonna need a lot of this. And if you happen to still have one of these, or you could only afford one of these, then buckle up, because you're in for a rough ride. At the beginning of the game, it immediately gives you 3 options on how to tell your story. Will you start off as the rich corpo who has finally broken away from his corrupt organization? Or you could choose the path of the nomad, a traveling bandit, so to speak, looking to make a name for himself in the big city known as Night City. Or if starting from the bottom is your thing, choose the street kid path and use your knowledge of the streets to take over this town. Cyberpunk's character creation is a lot. After tweaking and randomizing for about half an hour, I finally ended up with a character that looked like this. After finally creating my character, I was greeted by a familiar face, the loading screen. And let me tell you, this game is full of them. Another thing this game is full of is bugs. Nearly every cutscene in the beginning of the game was ridden with some sort of audio or visual bug. In the first cutscene outside of the prologue, I was greeted with this. I guess it's a car? I'm not quite sure. Then I was greeted with this floating gun right here. That was a really good one too. The game's combat system has a little bit for everyone. Would you like to use the environment against your enemies? You can do that. Would you like to run in guns blazing? You can do that as well. For the more peckish rogue, the sneak system is very well adapted to the game itself. If stealth is more your style, just make sure to hide the bodies in a dark place or a nearby dumpster. That will prevent the NPCs from noticing your presence. Dump the body in the dumpster. See you later, dummy. Or if you like to take things head on, you could always go for the brawler style of gameplay.
This fool loses his footing every time he swings. Use that. Get in there and land a counterpunch.
Finally, if the way of the samurai is more your thing, there's even a style of fighting in this game for those people. A fair warning to those who prefer the run-and-gun lifestyle, such as myself. The game sensitivity is very weird. It took me about 20 minutes of fiddling with settings to finally feel like I had a sensitivity that I could really play with. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it definitely needs some work for you to get comfortable. Quick thinking is the only way to survive in Night City. failed a stealth check, go ahead and pull that gun out and start blasting. Too many enemies coming at you at one time, you can always hack them and bide yourself some time. Hack him.
Be bringing the target out under fire. And definitely don't want to slow in your back.
Rip up that strap! You want for a rat?
Holy fuck.
You're not doing the eye, me! You got this!
The driving in this game feels awful. It's almost like some sort of GTA 5 clone that was ripped and then thrown into a dumpster. Thankfully, you'll be able to listen to hundreds of amazing songs from the variety of radio stations. Oh god, it's horrible like GTA driving. One of my favorite parts of the game, however, is looking at all the different types of cybernetic enhancements you can add to your character. Be careful though, if you add too much you might end up looking like this guy. Check your inventory every once in a while. You may have picked up some upgrades or attachments for your weapon. The same goes for armor. Always check your inventory and make sure you have the best protection you can get. While you're at it, make sure to stop by and check out your skill tree. There's always new opportunities to get stronger in Cyberpunk. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Should you buy Cyberpunk? Well, the answer is it's up to you. The game has a lot of issues, visual, audio bugs, the driving is really janky, the sensitivity is weird, but it makes up for it. The story is enthralling. Every second I'm playing the game, I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going to happen next? So really, it's up to you. I give Cyberpunk 3 out of 5. Oh, I'm dead.
Hey, hermano.
I'm dead.
Your new life, it starts now.